And Brother Vasquez's material is taken out of the Insight from the Scriptures book. And his theme is Aaron, continue faithful in spite of human weaknesses. Brother Vasquez.
The word faith is translated from the Greek into primarily conveying the thought of confidence, trust, and firm persuasion. Now, depending on the context, the Greek word may also be understood to mean faithfulness or fidelity. Let's first take a look at 1 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 7. That is why, brothers, in all our distresses and tribulation, we have been comforted because of you and the faithfulness you demonstrate. Let's read that latter part again. We have been comforted because of you and the faithfulness you demonstrate. All of us here today have our weaknesses that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, whatever they may be, while maintaining our faith. Let us now consider Aaron. Now, despite his privileged position, Aaron too had his weaknesses and shortcomings that he had to deal with while maintaining his faith. When Aaron made the golden calf, as recorded in Exodus chapter 32, he broke God's law regarding idolatry. Let's look more into this at Exodus chapter 32, verses 1 through 4 and verse 10. Meanwhile, the people saw that Moses was taking a long time coming down from the mountain. So the people gathered around Aaron and said to him, "Get up, make for us a god who will go ahead of us, because we do not know what has happened to this Moses, the man who led us up out of the land of Egypt." At this Aaron said to them, "Take the gold earrings from the ears of your wives, your sons, and your daughters, and bring them to me." So all the people began taking off the gold earrings that were in their ears and bringing them to Aaron. So he took the gold from them and he formed with it an engraving tool and made it into a statue of a calf. They began to say, "This is your God, O Israel, who led you up out of the land of Egypt. So now let me be, and I will exterminate them in my burning anger. And let me make a great nation from you instead." Notice how Jehovah said that my anger may blaze against them, not him. Nevertheless, Moses later reminded the rest of the people that they too bore guilt, and Moses made supplication also on behalf of Aaron at that particular time. Now, why did he do so? It was because of Aaron's record of faithfulness. For example, when Moses was commissioned to appear before Pharaoh and to bring the Israelites out of Egypt, Jehovah appointed Aaron to accompany Moses and speak representatively for him. While still in Egypt, he therefore built up a record of loyal, steadfast service to Jehovah, much like we can do today. Aaron comforted many in Egypt, and he was a comfort to Moses. Yet there came a time of weakness. Now, how can we work to build faith today, given our human weaknesses? First, we need to see why putting work is essential in gaining Christ-like faith. Let's read James chapter 2 and verse 24 and 26. You see that a man is to be declared righteous by works and not by faith alone. Indeed, just as the body without spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. Jehovah is stressing to us that you cannot have faith without putting forth effort. And strong faith is built on knowledge. We build our faith and confidence in Jehovah, His promises, and His organization. But just how can we achieve this strong faith? By gaining the accurate knowledge of the truth. In other words, doing our daily Bible reading, maintaining regular meeting attendance, and having a part in the field ministry. But these are only a few of the ways we can put forth effort despite our human weaknesses. So friends, we too may falter under pressure due to weaknesses, but let us not remain in that state, but continue to seek God's forgiveness and apply His undeserved kindness and produce the fruits of righteousness and faithfulness.
Brother Vasquez, I really enjoyed that part. It's very obvious that you just continue to grow as a public speaker and a reader. And I noticed right away your conviction and your feeling in your reading, and also in your speaking ability. You had very nice, good visual contact throughout your part as well. But also too, the scriptures that you brought out, you used them very well, and you applied them very nicely. In fact, some of the points mentioned on page 155, I thought you did very nicely. If we look on page 155 under Scriptures Correctly Applied, notice there in the first paragraph, it says there that you should isolate key words, those that have a direct bearing on the point being discussed. I thought you did that very well. And then in the next paragraph, it mentions following through. Did you introduce the Scripture with clear indication as to your reason for using the text? And in that same paragraph, state clearly what the connection is. I thought you tied it all very nicely. You tied it all together very nicely. So overall, I thought you did a very nice job with that, Brother Vasquez. And we look forward to your next